even name that? How can you like get cozy on PR 103? You know, they disassociate themselves from, with the product, and the way they get back on each other is term sheet warfare. And I swear to God, they're all sitting at home in some micro station, figuring out how to screw together with these terms, and that's not what it is. I think if you build value, everybody wins.
All right, questions in the back. Name, company?
Braden Golub, parkeasier.com. Two-part question. Importance, like ratio of importance on product versus founder when you're looking at deals. And then I think I know where you would go with that, but what are like the top three things that you would look for in a founder that doesn't have the best product?
Well, one is the admission that he doesn't have the best product. Awareness is 90% of recovery, I think. I put the founder first. I think there's this myth out there like, oh, if they, this VC, if they don't like the founder, they get rid of them. I don't think anyone gets it. Like, we're looking at thousands of deals. Oh, let's get a bad founder just so we can replace them. Like, that's not like, so we can go to our LPs. Hey, look, we really optimized on taking bad founders out and putting mediocre ones in. That's not really it. But the product is really, the next big thing after the person. And most products today are really services, and services can be optimized and increased, pretty easily. So I think, to your second point, the awareness of where the thing is deficient and how to fix it, is really important.
Okay. Next question, over there.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah, good.
So
Good.
I view all these things as mini marriages. I did a deal in Seattle, and I'm sitting there like this, and the CEO's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm calculating how many flight hours I have to put into our marriage. I just want to figure out at a 5x return if it's a good ROI for me, because it's a long flight." He's like, "Dude, you're crazy." And on the other hand, I passed on a company. If I told you the name of the company, you would know it. It's a $9.5 billion market cap today, so you could say I'm the biggest idiot ever. Hard to disagree. But I was at a dinner with this guy, and he touched himself nonstop like this. He was a gym rat. He worked out all the time. And he, like, literally doing the, aren't I the boss? And I'm thinking to myself, could I be in a marriage with that for 5 years? And I'm like, I couldn't. I mean, and I don't regret that I didn't, but these are mini marriages. That's how I view this. A lot of investors don't. Like, and so energetic, emotional, involved in these things. But that's how I think about the relationship with the founder. And whether I've hired a person or fired a person, I can tell you after 35 years, I still have good relationships, with, well, how about 3?
Good. All right, we have somebody back there. Go ahead.
Hi, David Thompson, Artbury. It's a financial platform for art. I actually used to work with you at Shiva, so way back when.
Was that not a great company?
It was an amazing company, so it's good to see you.
Kinetic energy. I would tell people that are walking, I'm like, can you feel it? Just stop. Can you feel that? Right?
Yeah.
Place had a
amazing experience. So I just relocated back here from 10 years in San Francisco, and I wondered if you had any thoughts on traction generally, whether that represents revenue or certain types of users. If certain markets are very sensitive, if it's a multi-sided market, there are various different definitions of traction, and obviously a lot of gray areas, but figuring out who's on the same page is what, as far as what, other than just the raw growth numbers, what actually represents.
So I'm a big fan of that you predicted the traction and you achieved what you predicted, as a higher bar. So, I would say, okay, this is all great. Like, if it was 9 months ago, what did you think would happen?
Right.
And like, you got an odometer, speed, speedometer and all that, and they're,
whatever
whatever.
you want to track, and as long as it's going well, by your own metrics, yeah.
And I think I'm a huge fan of, and I don't think it actually would be like users, maybe even revenue, but similarity in customer sets. Like at Shiva, when we started that whole thing and figured out how to market that, all I would do is analyze the title of the people we were selling to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just give me more of whatever that is. So that's the first, circle. The product into the user, and then know your user. I'm a huge fan of, everyone's sick of me saying, put them in the petri dish, examine every single thing about them, notice everything. So I'll give you a funny example, telling about Shiva. We used to market to network managers, right? And these people used to hide. They didn't want to talk to vendors. They, don't want to deal with an executive. And so we do all this stuff. No surprise. Male, typically 35, 50 years old, rich ethnic diversity, lots of facial hair, 20 pounds overweight. That's our guy. Love that guy. So when we would invite them to like a meeting or a breakfast, and we put on the invite that we're having corned beef hash, triple the attendance. It's like a simple, dumb thing, but like, I mean, sales is not rocket science. It's, I mean, this is know who you're selling to and talk to them the way they want to talk. I mean, you can see them like, can I get one to go? But I love understanding the similarity of the customer set, personally.
Who's up next? Oh, come on. Go ahead. Second, third row.
You talked about
Not
founder.
name, company, what are you doing?
Jeff Bentley, Landmark Consultants. I'm in the energy side of the business, but here, I enjoyed what you had to say, and I'm curious about how you, below the founder and the product, what about intellectual property, patents, trade secrets, nothing? Oh, I'm just going to blow the doors off. How do you value that?
Here's how. It's so funny because first meeting I had today, this guy comes in, some doctor out of Brown, he's got 20 patents, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, Kimasabi, riddle me this. What's so good about a patent? Let me get it straight. Someone violates your patent, so you have a right to go sue them. And after you sue them, they probably have more money, so they counter-sue you. And now you've bubbled it up, and there's 3 mortals who are going to opine on the patent who know nothing about what you're talking about. So that's valuable. Like I've been in so many of these patent things, and I've won most of them, but they're expensive. I was at and these trolls are the worst, right? You don't understand like how devious they are. Like Log Me In, we got sued by one of these friggin' trolls, and like the guy files that he was in a previous case. This is all public. The company's called O1 Communique. It was like a Canadian company. His previous case against Citrix was in Minnesota, and the judge died, so he was waiting. This company's only purpose is like to sue people. Sues us, and where did he sue us? In the district in the country that had the fastest response, East Virginia. Like he takes a PO box in the strip mall and like sues us, and then blah 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 blah. And we've got all this prior art. We got Woodman Hill. We're spending all this stuff, and it goes nowhere. So, look, the patent office is a disaster. And I don't even know what can be so novel, these days where somehow, somewhere, something, I don't put a lot of time on it. I think having one just means, you better, be prepared to prosecute it.
All right, go ahead.
I agree with you on the patent.
Thank you.
How about name and what you up to?
First, Power Light Lab. I have technology to control fires.
Control fire.
Yes.
Oh,
Forest fires.
cool.
The question is, no, I'm just saying I agree with you on patent.